Hey everybody, well today we're actually going to talk about architecture, and as Frank Lloyd Wright put it, has to have a social function or impact on the people within it. So it has to have a social purpose. So you'll see, how on earth does a house have that? I mean, I'm going to open it up to the public and let them all come through? No, not at all. But anyway, we'll get to it and we'll go from there. So everybody, once again, I'm Alister, host of the Modern Modernist. Today, we're in a very, very unique home. Before we get started, we absolutely have to thank the listing agent, Reneé Catricala of Compass. So thank you very much. Really appreciate this. This house, it's not mid-century mod at all. It is contemporary, 1987. Originally built by Bruce Unger Construction. So for him, for himself, by himself. So a very, very cool project. And it's a full-on contemporary home with absolutely a reverse floor plan, which we'll also get to. So we'll go from there, you'll see. So we are in the entryway. I was gonna start outside, but it's very noisy out there today, which we'll also get to. So don't panic if you do buy this house, that noise does go away, I promise. All right, price of the house is $1,198,000. So no, it is not a cheap home, but is it, do you get every dollar of that value? Oh, absolutely. Wait till you see this house, it is very cool. So we're gonna come in. This is right at the front door. Right off of the front door is this little utility room, which, believe it or not, I'm gonna step in. There's gonna be a lot of light. We're going from light to dark today. It's all actually, this little room here it's the foundation of the house. It's the base. So it's all breeze block. So it is incredibly cool and dry in here, which is perfect for, you guessed it, a wine cellar. I like that. So it's very, very cool. So here we are talking about, like, you know, houses being so having a social value, right? Bring your friends over for wine. Now we're gonna go up this. It's a first flight of stairs. It's like a half, turn right and a half. All right, there's a little entryway in there. So there's a little couch and we got more wine. See those right there? That is my favorite wine rack from IKEA. It's absolutely brilliant. Very contemporary, looks very cool. I like it. So now we're on floor number 2. All right, so there's this nice long hallway. Now you gotta pay attention today on this floor plan. It is, I wouldn't say confusing, but it's very easy to get disoriented. And it already did to me once, but I figured it out, so we're good. And come back, massive windows. So there's a mid-mod feature, right, that we like. And first, as we come down this hallway, we have a bathroom. Pretty cool bathroom, I will admit. It's your standard, what we would call 1980s contemporary bathroom, which I like. I think 80s kind of got dated there for a while. And now it's coming back. People are liking it. So there's bedroom 1 behind me. Okay. We now have this bedroom. Okay. Now these are just your standard bedrooms. Kids, guests. Okay. There are some built-ins. So now we're kind of going back into that mid-mod feature, right? Where less furniture and you build stuff in, which gets less complicated. Okay. And another bedroom. This literally just mirrors the other bedroom on the other side. Okay. And built-ins again. There's some stuff in that closet. We don't need to see that. But it's the same as the other side. So it's perfect. Now, we're gonna get some choices here. Let's show you the primary. And then this is where the orientation of this home got me a little confused. All right, ready? So this is the primary. Kind of a peaceful little place, to be honest. Massive, massive window, which is also a slider. And there's a deck, okay? Now for the elephant in the room, which everyone that sees this house is gonna panic about. Don't panic, there's absolutely nothing to worry about. You ready? This is what's generating all the noise. The driving pilings. Makes a lot of fun. So anyway, that's a levee. This is right inside the river. The levees in Sacramento right now, there actually is a website for it, but they are making them stronger, reinforcing them. They're driving pilings into them, raising the levee. So you actually have even less to worry about. It's just currently, there's a lot of noise. But by the time you put an offer on, go through escrow, that lot, it's gonna be gone. So I wouldn't worry about it. So there we go. So I'm glad we've addressed that, but I wouldn't stress about it. Another window out to the street. But what is nice, it's a nice little grassy area out here. This is the side of the house. This lot, if I do this, it runs, so front of the home is behind me, and that is the back of the house in front of me, so behind the camera. So it runs this way, the lot. And the backyard, that's a peaceful, peaceful place. So we'll get to that as well. All right, this is the bath off the primary, okay. Very 80s again, but I like it. A lot of people kind of like, yeah, they get like hem and they haw, and 80s are coming back, folks. So anyway, this is where we'll all get confused. So this is where we go. You ready? So let's get our bearings here, because this lot got me completely confused earlier today. That was that big window we came up the staircase, right? Go down this hallway, forms into a T-junction. Immediate left, right is the 2 bedrooms. Off to the right is the primary. Now, if we go hard left, okay, this now takes us down a staircase. Now this house, the best way to put it, straddles the garage on the ground floor. So one side is the entryway where you walked in with the front door, you come up the staircases to those bedrooms, back down the other side. And over here this is staged as a bedroom. This is also how you access the back garden from the home. You can access it from the side of the house, okay? And we're gonna go out here. It is gonna be noisy, so apologize out front. But this, hopefully you guys can hear me. There's your back garden, okay? And then there's a full RV out there parking. But there is a gate, so you can park a full RV behind a gate. There is a 50 kilowatt charger installed for electric. So you can charge your RV, because obviously it has a battery system in it, but more importantly, electric cars, which is nice. Now, off of this, okay, so this is, like I said, staged as a bedroom. I would kind of maybe stage as an entertainment room, TV, if I didn't need the extra bedroom. So this is where we get, we got some lights on, oh, like the timers. So there's a bathroom back here. Full on. So this is one of the doors into the garage. There's 3, I've never seen 3 doors into a garage, but there is. But then you're like, well, if I come in from the garage, I'm walking into the bathroom. Well, there's 2 other doors. And then this door does have a lock on it. So if you could just make this bathroom a very, very private place to be. So when we come through this bedroom to the other side, there's the other side of the garage. So the same room, so you still access the garage without having to go through the restroom. So it works out perfect. But what is kind of nice, if you're working on stuff, if you're a car person, handy, getting all dirty and oily, you can come into the garage, go straight to the bathroom. That's a brilliant idea. I do. And the garage, I'm not going to show it. This house, it's sort of staged with the owner's belongings. They're not here, so to speak. So it's, I guess you call it vacant, but anyway, the garage is being used for the storage of the stuff that don't need to stage the house. So I'm not going to show it because it's just full and packed. But it's a 2-car garage. The ceiling of the garage is higher than the height of the actual garage door opening. So there's tons of room if you want to hang stuff from the garage ceiling, kayaks, bikes, paddle boards, all that stuff. It's great. It's storage galore in there. And like I said, what's really cool about the garage, very unique, is there's 2 doors down here. And then on the other side where we walked in on the front door is the other 3rd access point to the garage. So you can access the garage from both sides of the house, which is really, really cool. Some thinking went into this house, which is nice, which I like custom builds. Because people really do kind of like, what are my needs? What do I need to make my house work for me? Which I like. So we're coming up this staircase. And what you don't see in contemporary homes, it's not a closet, it's storage. You just don't get this in mid-mods. It was not a thing of mid-mods. So there's obviously HVAC system, part of that. Now, this is where it gets interesting. We had the ground floor, which was a wine cellar, access to the garage, that was the front door. The other side, when you go back down, is technically ground floor. That was that room into the back garden. Now we come back upstairs, 2nd floor. This is a 3-story home. Follow me. Now this, as we said at the beginning of the video, we talked about Frank Lloyd Wright saying homes have to have sort of a social function in our lives. How's that possible? This is your kitchen, your living room, your dining room. It's the family space. And granted, the view, as I said, you've got them fixing the levee right now, but let's do that. That's your view. It's actually a bird feeder in the way, but there's a lumberbird coming out to hang out. That's your view of the river. Who doesn't want to wake up to that every morning? Like, that would put me in a good mood. And then you go out into the world in a good mood to meet other humans who get to see you in a good mood. So that's where we come into this whole Frank Lloyd Wright's comment of having a social function, a home in our lives. Like, I mean, I'm a big fan of, you send good energy out into the world, good energy is coming back. And who wouldn't leave this house in the morning with good energy? So, and there's a lot to talk about in this room. So you ready? Let's go into this corner. So dining room's over there in the corner. Living room, and back here is a kitchen. So we'll discuss that too. So this wall has much debate. Look at that. Some people like it, some people hate it. I love it. I think it's very 1980s. Wall Street, remember that movie? It kind of has those vibes to me when Charlie Sheen makes it big and gets his first apartment, and he's kind of doing the scene where he's decorating his new pad with his interior designer, and she's doing kind of like textured wall coverings. That's what this reminds me of. I'd keep it. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It is very, very cool. Kitchen. There's a neat little feature in this kitchen. It's definitely a nod. Somebody, somewhere, during this house's life so far, is a big fan of strings and Carter Sparks. And we'll look at it. So this is a kitchen. Whoops, don't want to reveal the secret of who's a big fan of strings. You ready? Watch this. Every Carter Sparks string home above the front door has, at some point, started with one of those globes. That's really cool to see. That's what I love about with architecture and design, is it goes on to like the next generation, to the next sort of style. It brings something with it, and I like that. And this house, I mean, I want to get up and make coffee 24 hours a day just to go stare at my lights in my kitchen. Why wouldn't you? So this house, same thing. Furniture. I'm actually thinking, put in the comments, because I'm thinking about going into the studio for a half day with pieces of furniture and just talking about mid-mod furniture, or where it comes from, where it exists. That'll be fun. If you're interested in watching a video on that, just comment below. I'll gladly do it. I may just do it anyway, but I think it's really cool. So the mid-mod movement, what it did, these dining room chairs are going to be a little bit of a talk today. See that? Very awesome. So the mid-mod movement, what it did was it took materials that had not been used yet, that were newly invented, newly created, and used them to make wall textures, furniture, wall coverings, floor surfaces, things like that. And coming out of World War II, especially, there was a lot of things that were newly created because of the war effort. Plywood, steel was short, so they used the matter of fact to make airplanes. Here in the United States, the big one was Howard Hughes, the Spruce Goose. In Britain, you had the Hurricane and the Spitfire. Spitfire especially, a lot of a wood structure in that plane. Also some aluminum, but a lot of wood. And because metal was of short supply. And so it was, plywood is a laminate, so it's several layers of wood glued together, which then that got used in construction with laminated beams, and people and engineers found out they're incredibly strong. So where are we going with this chair? Because that ain't plywood. I know it's not, it's plastic. So going into World War II, you had Bakelite, which is very brittle, but you can get more associated with the Art Deco movement. But from Bakelite came plastics. And much to the chagrin of sea life and turtles, unfortunately, and human beings not being very careful with the waste of it, designers used it to make chairs, furniture. And it's just very cool. I mean, could you do that in wood? yeah, would you want to pay for it made of wood? No. Oh my gosh, the effort involved. So yeah, very, very cool. The furniture in this house is absolutely amazing. So this table, for instance, do anyone know who that's from? Yes, it is from that one store that is the leading retailer of Bauhaus design products, IKEA. Love IKEA. It's just, once again, here was a house built in 1987 using stuff from a school of design that was developed in 1917. And it's brilliant. I love it. It's not old, it's new. If that makes any sense whatsoever, but that's how Bauhaus is it's transcended from one continent to another. And here I am in California in the year 2023, talking about a design style that started in Germany in 1917. So I just think it's amazing. So anyway, so this house, yes, and I don't know if you caught some of the shots as we go around. You ready? Once again, the bane of my existence, ceiling fans. These ceiling fans, I must admit, it's a very tall ceiling in here. There is a skylight up there, so they got a little throwback to String Brothers, right, with skylights. But they work. They do. I'll concede. But I still don't like ceiling fans. But in this sort of room, this type of high ceiling, it does work. And then once again, here's the wall that is the bone of contention. But I mean, you can see it in better view. I like this room. I mean, you come up here in the morning, get your coffee. It's not a bad room to start your day at. I mean, if you run into someone on the street that started their morning up here in this room with that little river view, it's gotta be a good day. That's some good energy you're leaving with, right? I like it. So once again, off of this kitchen, there is, look at this. Got a half bath up here. Windows galore, again. Another throwback to mid-mods. So I know as we've done this tour today, you're like, Alister, you've walked up 3 flights of stairs. You've gone down another one to get to the other side of the house. It's not gonna be a very cool house to grow old in. Well, maybe it is. Watch this. Oh, do you hear that noise? I don't know if you can hear, the camera's picking it up. But let's see where we're going with this, shall we? It's probably the strangest place I've ever ended a video, I'll tell you that much. I know, we gotta wait. Patience, people. I'm sure the teenagers watching this are not happy right now. And is it coming? Maybe. I think you guys can figure out real quick what's going on here. Oh, come on. Of course, this is the one downside to shooting the videos in one take, right? All right, ready? Look at this. You ready, guys? We have an elevator. I kid you not. Absolutely, we have an elevator. Should we do it? Why not? I've never actually done this before. So, there's a couple things. There's an outside door here. So in case you're worried about home safety, right? Falling down an elevator shaft. There's an outside door. So you gotta close the outside door. So the listing agent was just here and she showed me how to do this. There's an outside door. You close that. Then there's this sort of lovely 1970s brown looking slider. We'll close that. And now, I should have done this. Here we go. Ready? We're gonna go down to the first floor. We're moving, folks. This is strange. And yeah, we're going. It isn't Speedy Gonzalez, I'll tell you that much. But it is really cool. You can grow old in this house. You can. It's 3 floors. Who hasn't been in an elevator in a house before? I haven't. Not till today. I was this years old when I did a home elevator. And we're going. Wow. It feels even longer when you're inside here waiting for it to get downstairs. Oh. We're stopped. Oh, there we go. Those little clunks are good. All right, ready? Slide that back. And we should be Ta-da! Wow. So there's another thing. I hate closed spaces. I think I did pretty good on camera considering I was not a happy bunny right there. All right. So there we go. So that's about the strange place I brought a video to an end. But there is one more thing I want to talk about this house. The noise outside since I've calmed down. For those of you that have traveled or have not traveled, the shape of this house. Let's get to that because we haven't gone outside because it was noisy to show you the shape. But it has these vibes. It reminds me, there is this, north of Grand Canyon, there's a place called Monument Valley. It's this beautiful desert floor. And out of Monument Valley are these rock formations that come up straight out of the ground. Most of them, they're circular, some are rectangle. They're just these beautiful architectural shapes. And the rock formations tend to come out of the ground. So this house, based on its color, and here, look, I'll show you. So we'll get to this. This is where the sun messes with my eyes, but the camera seems to compensate for it. So, you ready? Watch this. I love it. So, hopefully that was long enough. Sorry, the sun was like right in my eyes, but that's what this reminds me of, is just that, is Monument Valley. And I guess you could argue it was, a monument to one person's sort of life of what house that they wanted to own. Like I said, this was originally built by the owners of Bruce Unger of Unger Construction. That was the house to themselves. And it's brilliantly done. There's a funky red flash shadow there in the background. But anyway, absolutely brilliant home. I like this home. Once again, listing agent, Reneé Catricala. Thank you very, very much. I absolutely appreciate you letting me do this. This is superb. Folks, this house, if you want to come see it, call me, please, because it is private tours only. It's appointments only. If you already have an agent, they're not just going to be able to show up. They're going to have to contact myself or obviously if you want to go through me. But the listing agent is Reneé. Call her with your agent because it is private tours only. Anyway, thank you very much. Be good to each other, humans, and you have a great day, okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.